everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be making my turkey breast in the Instant Pot. And I was thinking what I would do is after I've cooked it in my Instant Pot, I would finish it off in my air fryer to get that nice, crisp, golden brown outside that you would expect from the oven. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make sure that our turkey breast will fit in our Instant Pot. So I figured rather than getting everything together and then figuring out later that it wouldn't fit, I should test that out first. Okay, looks like that'll fit in there pretty good. I was a little worried that I would have to pull out my 8-quart Instant Pot, but it looks like my 6-quart will do the trick. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out of the packaging and we will get it into our Instant Pot, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that cleaned up first. I'll do that off camera and I'll be right back to you. Now, for those of you who have never bought a turkey breast like this, I just wanted to let you know really quick, there is a package of turkey gravy inside here. So I always pull that out and discard of that. So I think that's the only thing that we're gonna find in here. You may also find like the neck or something inside the other cavity. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. I can't. So I'll double check if there's anything else in here. I will go ahead and take a picture of that and I'll insert it here. Otherwise, we'll just keep moving on. But I just want to let you know, once I cut the package open, I just discard that gravy packet because I never use it. So let's carry on and we'll get this cleaned up and we'll get it in the Instant Pot, so hang tight. Okay, so I've got that out of the packaging. I've given it a quick rinse. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the inside of my liner with some canola oil cooking spray. Probably not necessary, but just in case, I'm going to make sure that nothing sticks in there and it's a little easier for me to clean up. So I'm going to grab my turkey. And again, I think this is a 6.5 pound turkey breast. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to toss it right in here. Gonna rinse my hands really quick before I touch any of my spices. Give them a quick wash. Okay, got that. All right, so today I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper. So I have my Himalayan salt grinder and my pepper grinder. And then I'm going to use this Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute, just because I like it and I think it'll be a really good flavor for the turkey breast. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some here. Not really measuring, just gonna pour that in. And then I'm gonna flip this over with this hand. I guess it doesn't really matter because I kind of need to grab that in here anyway. All right, I think that'll stay. It's wanting to wobble a little bit. Never done anything like this on camera before, so I'm not used to having to apologize for washing my hands so much. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna put some salt on this side. A little bit of pepper. And some more of that 21 seasoning salute. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a cup really quick. I'm gonna grab about a cup of water. Just enough to bring that to pressure. And I'm sure it's gonna make its own juice. I almost thought about adding extra juice so that I would have turkey broth at the end. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and cook this normally, and then maybe next time I'll do that and make some turkey broth along with it. Going to throw our top on here. I'm going to put the knob on sealing. I'm going to press my manual button. I'm going to bring this up to 35 minutes, and we're going to let that go ahead and do its thing. Now I'm going to let that do a natural release for about 10 or 15 minutes. So once that's finished, I will come back and I'll show you what we're gonna do next, which is probably gonna throw it in the air fryer, so stay tuned. Okay, our Instant Pot has finished and I've let the pressure out of the pot. So now I'm going to transfer it into my air fryer. Now, had I been thinking ahead, I would have put a rack or something underneath my turkey breast, but I wasn't thinking, so this ought to be fun trying to get it out of here and placing it into my air fryer. So let's see how to do this. I have 2 sets of tongs. Hopefully this will work. Got to figure out how to get the angle here on it. And I did it. Had to stare at it there for a couple of minutes because I wasn't sure it was going to go. All right, so I'm going to try to set those off to the side. Now, I did get a good amount of juice out of that still, so that's kind of cool. I may go ahead and pop some potatoes in there and make some potatoes with that broth because I think it'll be a really, really good flavor. So in the meantime, I'm going to pop this in. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to back it down to 350 and we're going to start it. So stay tuned. I'll check back in after 5 minutes and we'll see where we're at. Okay, let's check it and see where we're at. Ooh, it's starting to crisp up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna pop it back in. We'll go for another, I don't know, another 5 minutes. We'll go for another 3 minutes and maybe I'll take my tongs and flip it over on the other side. So I'm gonna pop that back in. And if you noticed, I got almost 4 cups of broth out of there. So while I was waiting that 5 minutes, I went ahead and you can see over here, I peeled some potatoes. Now I'll be out of frame. So I peeled some potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw those into my Instant Pot and make up a batch of mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna let this get a little further along before I start that, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm gonna flip that over just a little bit, just to kind of get the other side a little crispy. Then I'm going to pop that back in just for a few more minutes. It's hard to do on the angle. There we go. All right, I'm going to let that cook for about 3 to 5 more minutes and I think we'll be all set. Okay, we've been going about 11 minutes. I'm going to stop this now because I think this is pretty good. And yes, it does look good. I'm going to bring you in just a little closer. Look at that. That look delicious. All right, now I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to head back over to my Instant Pot and I'm going to get those potatoes going and I'm going to let this turkey breast rest so that all the juices have time to reacclimate back into the breast and then I will slice it. Okay, so like I said, I had cut up some potatoes. These were russet potatoes, and I cut up about 8 of them. So I'm just going to dump those right in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a cup of the turkey broth. And I just think that'll give them a really good flavor. All right, we've got about a cup in there. Going to grab the lid. And then I'm going to put these on sealing. Turn it around here. Go ahead and hit the manual button. I'm going to bring that down to 10 minutes. And then once that gets done, I will see how much of that liquid I have to drain off. And then I'll go ahead and mix up some mashed potatoes. So stay tuned. We'll come back. Okay, our potatoes are done. I've let all the pressure out of the pot. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that lid right off. Gonna grab a rag so that I can pull this out and pour some of that broth out. I don't think I need all of it. Okay, so I'm going to pop that right back into my pot. Okay, so I have 3 tablespoons of butter here, so I'm just going to pop that right into my potatoes. And the good thing is that I can afford the extra points now for my mashed potatoes because of the fact that our turkey is basically 0 smart points. So I've got that in there. I'm going to pour in a little bit of milk, and I just have some of the Fairlife fat-free milk here. Pour a little bit of that in there, and it's not even going to be enough to maybe be a point. And then I have my handy dandy potato masher, and I like to have my potatoes, I don't know, a little more, not so creamy, but just a little more chunky. So I'm just going to go ahead and start giving those a rough chop, and be careful not to burn myself. And then I'll figure out if I need to add in more milk at that point. Now I am going to add in some salt and pepper, which I'm going to grab that now. And while I'm grabbing that, I just thought we'd chit chat. So, if you don't have an Instant Pot, you can just as easily make the mashed potatoes and boil those on the stove. And you could have thrown your turkey breast into a crock pot. Now, if you wanted to get the same crispness or browning of your turkey breast, you could easily just throw it in the oven after it's done cooking in your crock pot all day. So there are other variations on this. I just find it easier to kind of use the tools that I have. Plus, I like to test out new things with my appliances because of the fact that I have them and I want to use them. Otherwise, there's really no reason for me to have them. And a lot of the times you buy appliances and you think you're going to use them, but you really don't. So I try to, again, make sure that I'm using them and finding different ways to utilize them as I'm going through. All right. I think that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and continue to mix these together. And then what I'll do is I'll just show you a picture of my plate at the end. All right, so that's it. Instant Pot, air fryer, turkey, and mashed potatoes. I'm going to say that my mashed potatoes are going to be 4 to 5 points per serving, which should be about 3/4 cup. So with that said, I'm going to sign off from here. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.